Before we begin, I just want to say a quick word of warning. I am not an expert, and you should do your own research and proceed with extreme caution.
Now that's pretty cool.
Worst case scenario, you can fry your PCM and cause a very expensive repair. The first step is to check and see if your vehicle has these three things. First, you need to see if you have both the original keys, a hood latch switch, and last you need to look at your TPMS module located here to see if you have an open slot. If you don't have the two original keys, you'll need to figure out a way to program a second key. Videos will be linked down below as a reference. Inside the passenger door, pulling the air vent carefully, you can pull the side cover to reveal this module. It's really hard to see, but you can use your phone to get the correct angle. If you have the hood latch and the TPMS module installed, you're good to go. If not, you can purchase and install the hood latch sensor, but I do not believe you can install a TPMS module that is necessary to do this. The first thing you need to buy is an OEM remote start kit. These usually include the antenna, the harness, and either one or two blank keys with the fourth remote start button on the remote fob. The most difficult thing about this process is finding someone to cut the key. Ace Hardware stores used to cut blanks for free or for very cheap, but now all three of the Ace Hardwares near me refuse to cut keys not bought there. So you have a few options. You can either find a Ford dealer, which I was quoted $500 per key, which is insane, or you can find a good quality mobile locksmith that can cut keys for you, which is what I did. I was able to find a guy who cut both of my keys for $130. After that, it's all pretty easy. Install the harness onto the antenna and secure it to the underside of the airbag mount using a couple of zip ties. Then connect your harness to your TPMS module. Make sure you hear a solid click. When you reinstall this side panel, be sure the weather stripping doesn't get caught. Once everything's installed, you can start working on the software. First, go to forscan.org. A quick note here, my firewall settings on my computer would not allow me to access this site, so I connected my laptop to my iPhone's hotspot to download the software. Once you are able to get to forscan.org, click on the products page, and then click on Forscan for Windows. After going through the download procedure, open the app. Once you load in the app, you can click on the steering wheel icon on the bottom left. Click on the Hardware ID Copy to Clipboard button. Once you have that, back on the products page, you can request an extended temporary license to test the software for 2 months. Follow the instructions and submit your name and email along with your hardware ID. After about 30 minutes, you can reload the page and you should be able to use the steps listed to download your product key and go back to the Forscan app to load your license. Back in the Forscan app, click on the steering wheel icon in the bottom left and select Load License Key. Back in the vehicle, you turn on your laptop and plug in your OBD connector. I'm using the V-Linker, which is recommended by Forscan to use with their software. I'll be sure to leave a link down below in the description. Plug in the OBD reader to the vehicle in your driver footwell. Turn the key to the on position, which is 2 clicks forward. Do not start the vehicle. Go through these prompts to save your vehicle information and update your firmware on your V-Linker. In the app, click the icon in the bottom left that says Connect to Vehicle. It took the software about 3 minutes to fully connect to my vehicle, so be patient. In the app, click on Configuration and Programming on the left-hand side. Once finished, select Body Module as Built and click the play button below. Scroll down until you find the number 726-19-01. It should say 0047 to indicate the remote start function is disabled. Change 0047 to 0148. Just a reminder, this is my vehicle-specific code. This may not work for every vehicle. Check online and in the Forscan forums to verify this will work for you. It's a great community and they are all willing to help. Verify you have the correct code. For me, it's 0148, and then click Write and wait for the prompt to finish. Click stop and wait for it to reach 100%. Once it's done, you can close Forscan. Now it's time to program the keys. Using your two original keys, let's call them O1 for the original one and O2 for the original second key. One of these should be a master and the other is a second key. You may need to repeat this step switching O1 and O2 if you don't know which one is which. For the new keys, we'll call them N1 and N2. Insert O1 and rotate it from off to the run position for just a few seconds. I waited for most of the trouble lights to go off, which is about 4 seconds. Now remove O1 and insert O2 and repeat this process. Now take out O2 and insert N1 and repeat the process again. Now repeat these steps to program N2. Remember, first O1 and then O2 and then you'll do N2 this time. Once you have all 4 keys programmed, you can check to see if all 4 keys now start the vehicle. If you have done this properly, the immobilizer will allow you to start the vehicle. Fords are not like other vehicles where they will start for a few seconds and then shut off if the immobilizer does not connect. If it starts, you're good to go. Now to program the key fobs. You've already programmed the keys themselves in the immobilizers, but now you are going to program the buttons on the key fob. Insert O1 and rotate it from off to run 8 times in less than 10 seconds. The doors will lock to indicate the procedure has started. Now click the unlock button on N1 and the locks will click. Click the unlock button on N2. Now remove O1 from the ignition to see if all 4 buttons on all 4 remotes work. Now, if you lock your key using the new key fob, either N1 or N2, and then double click the remote start button, your vehicle should start remotely. If it does, congratulations, you're awesome. Test it on the other key just to make sure. One more quick note, the remote start kit I purchased claimed to be OEM old stock, but I don't believe it was. It was not branded with the typical Famoco logo they usually have. I did have to double click the remote start button and then double click it again to get my remote start to work. This process is pretty cool. For about $200 I was able to install an OEM remote start kit on my truck. If you want a more budget-friendly option, you can either find a better deal on getting the keys cut, or you can always go the aftermarket route. Similar aftermarket kits do sell for about $200 or less. If you do have any questions, be sure to leave those down below in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe.
Now that's pretty cool.
I'm sorry. I feel so stupid. What am I doing?
Just walk up, pick up the key, and...
You want me to actually start
I
it?
know what